Hello, welcome to the Dunwich tramway. This layout is an imaginary tramway linking the Great Eastern line, or the East Suffolk line at Darsham, through Westleton village where the main depot of the tramway is, out to the coast at Dunwich. The baseboard is 4 foot long by a foot wide, and it was my first lockdown layout, so the building of it was done with all materials that I had by me, because in the first lockdown no shops were open and no mail order were open, so it's just what I had by me. It reckons that the tramway went from Darsham on the East Suffolk line to Dunwich, and was probably originally horse-drawn, but over the years, with business increasing, it required mechanical haulage. So to the inland side of the layout we have the North Sea Salt Company's warehouse, which provides traffic for the tramway. There's a small grounded van body there which acts as a lock-up goods store. The local East Suffolk Constabulary policeman is coming to have a look to see what's happening. And behind the salt wagon there is the depot manager and a couple of passengers waiting for a train. The station buildings, the shelter and the hut are all from Skytrex, and the track is just Pico straight track, flexible track. The station platform itself is built up, giving us an idea of a light railway type wooden frontage to it. We have a dapple water tower which is made up straight from the kit, but we put some larger girders on for the legs. And when in Dunwich, the tramway goes as far as the boundary of the ruins of Greyfriars, and so we have at the end of the layout the ruins of the Greyfriars Monastery. Got a very small yard. There's no run round on the at this end of the layout, and so run round facilities have to be undertaken by gravity, similar to what happened on the East Kent Rail at Canterbury Road, Wingham. So the train would come in, push back out again. The loco comes into the very small goods siding, and the carriages or the wagons are run down into the platform by gravity. Then the loco comes out of the siding, couples up, and goes to carry on with the shunting. So there we are. That's the Dunwich tramway. And if we like to look at the Ordnance Survey map to give us some idea where it lays, there's the village of Darsham, and the pencil line follows the roads round by the Middleton Road, goes through Westleton village, and then follows the Westleton to Dunwich Road to its destination, just outside the boundaries of Greyfriars Monastery. Right, so here we have the tram coming in, passenger tram. Although it's more like a light railway these days, and the area we're trying to model is in the late 40s, 1940s, just before the BR came into existence in 1948. But the locals still call it a tram, but it's more like a light railway these days. The locomotive we're using is a Dapple Sentinel, and the logic we're trying to say, the reason we're using the Sentinel is because we're not that far from Lowestoft, where there's an abundance of these locomotives, and the fitters up there would know exactly how these things work, and offer the chance of one of them to come down on a Sunday to do a boiler washout, put him up overnight, and make sure there's plenty of the local ale for him as well. And the coach, or the tram car, whatever you like to call it, is a 4-wheel version, all 4 compartments and a brake at the end, converted similar to one that happened on the Corringham Light Railway in Essex. So the loco will now take water before uncoupling and pushing the vehicle back. So the loco has been uncoupled from the coach, and the guard has given the right of way, so he's pushing it up the bank, ready for the run round. So the point's been changed at the grain frame, and left the coach there, and the loco comes in light into the good siding out of the way. And just waits there whilst the coach comes down into the platform when the guard releases the brake and comes down in by gravity. So the coach has now arrived back in the platform under gravity. The guard's applied his handbrake, and the locomotive now goes back onto the main line. Points will be changed. The loco will then come down and couple up to the coach, ready for the return journey. So the loco's all coupled up. There's no vacuum brakes on this particular line, so the guard has now given his green flag rather, and off the tram goes on its return journey to Darsham via Westleton. So now we have the morning goods train arriving. The Sentinel is the loco again, having returned with its wagon load of coal to Dunwich. Would have dropped other wagons off at Westleton, the main depot. And again, it has to stop up before coming into the station area, make sure it's all clear. And again, we'll draw up to the water crane and take water. The Dunwich Tramway has its own brake van, which is a very ancient one, and lettered Dunwich brake number 1. It has a bashed about Slater's kit. Incidentally, the wagons on the layout are all Dapple or Lionheart at the moment, and the weathering is done by my good friend and wizard with an airbrush, Kelvin Barnes. So thanks to Kelvin. So the loco was now watered, and the driver's going to put another couple of shovelfuls on before he comes up and pushes the wagons up into the main line again, so we can get this gravity run round done. As with the passenger train, the loco was uncoupled from the train and will run light into the goods siding. The goods train is unadvertised, but will take passengers in the goods brake van if required, for a small fee. The sheep do wander about this area, but they're very wary of the trains. They tend to get out of the way when the train comes. figures are all from Duncan models, the seagulls, the sheep, and there's an abundance of rabbits round here as well. So the loco now left its train on the main line or come into the yard. So as I said before, the loco runs light into the good siding, so the brake and coal wagon can run by gravity back into the platform. Whilst it's here, it's going to push the salt wagon up onto the empty, ready for the next part of the shunt. So now the loco will come out the siding. As we can see, the brake van and the loaded coal wagon have run by gravity into the platform out the way. So that leaves room for the loco to actually come out and get onto the back of the brake van. So loco's now coupled up to the brake van and the loaded coal wagon. And take them out and shunt into the good siding. So now we're leaving the loaded coal wagon where it is for the time being, and the loco will take the brake van and push it up by the platform buffers. You can see the good siding really has just enough capacity for 3 wagons. So the brake van's been uncoupled by the platform buffer stop. Loco will now come back into the good siding, pick up the loaded coal wagon and take that back down to the brake van in the platform. So now we're going to take the coal wagon back into the platform road for the brake van. Really just to get it out of the way whilst we shunt these other two wagons. So now we're going to come back into the goods siding, pick up these other two wagons, because the only wagon going out on the goods train back to Darsham is the empty. So having coupled up then, sent my guys off with the salt wagon and the empty coal. So leaving the empty in the platform with the loaded coal, we now bring the salt wagon, which is not ready to go out yet, back into the siding. Loco's uncoupled and comes back out to collect the two wagons that are left in the platform road. Now loco's coupled up, so now we're going to take the two wagons so we can actually leave the loaded coal in the goods siding with the salt van. So we now uncoupled, and we just now take the empty back into the platform road to collect the brake van, ready for the outgoing return goods. So the goods train, outgoing goods train's all been coupled up. The guard's given a green flag. None of the passengers waiting on the platform want to travel in the goods brake. They'll wait for the passenger tram. Don't blame them really, but there we go. Morning return goods on its way to Westleton and Darsham. And just as a last shot, just a quick view of the second loco on the tramway, which is a John Felder diesel. Takes it in turns with a Sentinel to work the trains. This time is at Dunwich with the goods brake van. Thank you for visiting the Dunwich tramway.